Hey guys, how's it going? Back here and I'm looking at the perks a little bit more seriously now that I have a good chunk that I could use. And, well, I know for sure that I want DFE. At least I think I do. It would be quite tough to max it, I believe, and it's always good early game. And I think the other one I wanted absolutely was the HP. Life regeneration was good, but I feel like lifesteal might keep me in the game, or just casting healing. Stun threshold, I feel like maybe it's just for a mage. A lot of people seem to rag on armor class, but every 3 armor class in Doom mode was about 1% chance to get hit, so it's actually not terrible in my opinion. And it's always kind of hard to get additional AC on, armor pieces, because it's a cursed affix. All resistances seems like it's not really something I'm going to use. Items are usually good enough. Okay, so this says that I need toughness level 1, which I thought I had. Oh no, I didn't add into it yet. Okay. Life doesn't do a whole lot, but it would make my potions a lot more useful early on. And it only has 10 as a max level, so... Oh, the level requirements go up as I go. Okay. Let's go down to the bottom here. Oh, okay, so toughness has to go up for every level that I could add into this. Alright. Guess they go hand in hand. Which is good in a way, because melee damage resistance really does seem like, a great option. Alright. Alright. I guess it's... Oh, I still have another one. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. It's weird because the escape menu doesn't get rid of that. But oh well. 233 HP. That brings my life up quite a bit. And I feel like I won't be as anxious to get my vitality stat up. I think it'll be fine, just fine the way it is. Maybe focus on dexterity and strength to get some better drops on. But just looking at those perks really makes me want to try some on a mage. Oh no, my minimap is so small. Ah. Bugger. Well, whatever, I guess I'm playing with a small minimap.
Many.
But yeah, just looking at some of those perks with the mage, like stun threshold seems quite good. It's kind of a shame that melee damage resistance is needed in order to get the DFE one. No, I mean that may have been done on purpose, so that you would have to pick the stun threshold item, or perk, instead of just getting the DFE one. Because I do not believe that the mage would really care too much about the melee damage resistance. I'd say what really messes me up, not to say that, you know, melee damage doesn't hurt me, but for sure what messes me up is range damage. Max resistances are good, but usually not enough. And usually just getting caught with range damage. And I feel that on a mage you still get destroyed when you have high DFE. Like I've had negative 65 DFE, and if I get meleeed in the crypt, I still just die. There's really nothing to it. Which in some ways is how it should probably be, right? You can't have like a character that can warp all around the screen, do range damage, and then, you know, have high survivability. It's just not reasonable. So I guess I'm not complaining, but just when you look at the perks, you kind of think, okay, well that was set up in a smart way, and I guess I'm not really too salty about it. Plus I probably just won't have the perks to do it. Oh boy. Because they have plus 10 mana, so that's 10 points. They'll have the stun threshold, I think that's another 10 or 15 points. I think it's 10 though. Ooh, another firewall, not bad. Oh, okay, so if you just press the tab button, it just changes the sound. Okay, now I see. Now, even if I can crit from my spike damage, my thorn damage, which I think Mortar said you can crit with it. Could be wrong on that, don't hold me to it, but if that is the case, and one option would be to add into the additional crit damage in the perk tree. And, well, I think that's a reasonable build. I don't know if it's what I want to do in this character. I like the safety of knowing you'll be alive a little bit longer, so I guess I don't really have any qualms with maybe giving that opportunity up. in the world of recording Thehell, I asked around and it seems like Illyria, Poseidon, and I think one or two others may stream, but that's about it. Which kind of surprised me, to be honest, because I thought there was quite a few people just kind of saying, hey, I'm going to be streaming, or I'm going to be, you know, recording videos. I guess I just imagined a lot of it. Or maybe it was just like Illyria kept saying he'd record videos. Which is good, because a lot of people seem to like his videos and what he puts out there so far. Though he does seem really busy. Boy. He was talking about playing a mage, with all the talk on the forums about high spell level mages. But honestly, I don't feel like that would be his style. It takes so many specific items to get to that point where you can actually test those builds out. Oh my god. And it's just a lot of like, Purgatory at the end is pretty hard for a mage. You know, you start losing the ability to like one-shot everything with just crazy high spell levels. And it just doesn't really ever get better from that point, damage-wise. Unless, like I said, you get those insanely lucky drops. So, I think he's better off playing something that, you know, he knows he likes Scout and whatever. Or maybe trying out, like, the Iron Maiden. It is very similar to Assassin. And Assassin's one of the classes he likes to play, so... As for people who watch the videos, it doesn't seem like there's... Like, it seems that most people like to watch some videos, but they don't seem to really be jumping out of their chair requesting it. I know that Mordor likes to watch Poseidon and whatever. Especially because Poseidon is probably one of the only people I know who's attempted the very difficult mode where you can't go back after you've gone down a level. I'll have to look it up later because... So it's probably the next step up, it looks like. Oh yeah, there's that one Twitch streamer. I guess Andrew told me to check him out. The guy who looks like a necromancer. I remember I watched him a long time ago and I thought it was pretty funny. But I honestly didn't think that he would play the game for very long. It was just my assumption after watching him the first time. I could be wrong, maybe he is, but that's just what the vibe I kinda got. I'm kinda half and half with the videos. I don't really like to watch too many. I like when people, I should probably go right to the door. When people have something to say as they come along their journey, but a lot of it is just kind of, you know, there isn't much to say. Like when a playthrough takes 100+ hours sometimes, from start to finish. You know, it's understandable when people are like, you know, I don't have anything to say. So, whereas traditional streaming, I think people always try and make a rule where you're like every 3 seconds you should be talking about something. Hmm. 3 to 7 thorns damage. I don't know, when you're doing like 50 damage with a sword, it just seems like that's not enough. Even though you get a little bit of AC and DFE from it. I don't think I'm quite at that point yet. That has a really strange requirement for strength. I don't even know why I keep this stuff. Mana regen, don't need that. Even though it's early on, I'd say right now I like the character. It's relaxed enough to where I can just play and not have to, I can kind of talk while I play. The mage, I can do it, but it takes me about a month or a couple weeks of practicing.
It's hot down here.
And I still lose track of what I'm saying halfway through. Not to say it never happens on this guy, but I mean, I'm one day into recording and I already have finished more conversations while fighting than probably on my mage altogether. Bam.
I have no room.
It's hard to say what kind of thorns damage this is really giving me. It doesn't look like it's much, but I don't know. Something about it just makes me think it's better than AC. So I'm going to keep it for now. I don't think that there's a specific item, like Griswold's Enchanter for this character. Okay, now that is typically a bad move when you go to an area that you've already been, or that you haven't been yet, but this is a really nice corner, so it was a risk, but it paid off. But yeah, Griswold's Enchanter, or for those who don't know, the Anvil of Fury quest, it gives you an item that's sort of meant for your character. But there are 40 subclasses in this game now, so I don't think there's been enough time to add one that's specific to each class. I'm likely just going to be given the Assassin type variant. But I could definitely use something with a little bit more durability. I'm sure that it'll have something with durability and fire damage, so looking forward to
Rest
that.
in peace, my friend.
Speaking of swords, I need 21 points to damage, and it's got good base damage with some decent durability. I'll probably replace that one. But what do I need to wear this? 58 dexterity? It's quite a ways away. Oh, percent life regeneration. That's kind of cool. Having a really high life total actually would matter for that. Oh my god. A little bit of lag there. Ooh, visor mask. Ooh, 9 AC. That's a decent chunk more with some good vitality on it. Looks like I'm nowhere close to wearing that though. It's a pretty careless way to play. It's kind of fun going around the corner when you don't know what's there, but it's very dangerous to do that. I should have double healed that. I don't know if that glitch still exists here, but where you can double click the scroll and basically double your heals. I wonder if I just walk really far away from that boss, if it'll just consider me not in combat. I'm pretty sure it won't, but I don't think I've tried it in the Thehell2 yet, so. For this fight, it's about the same. Alright, it's not getting any better. I guess I'll have to walk around here. Or maybe I can cheese a little bit. Yeah, not at the level I'd like to. Oh, there we go. They actually walk around. It's nice to have little corners here, but I don't want to get boxed in too hard. As long as I can see the little light on the other side of the river, I'm fine. I gotta say, I have almost no complaints about drops so far. Even though I haven't found a unique, it really seems like almost everything is tailored towards my class. Like, there's the odd shield that isn't, but really consistent across the board. Nothing as bad as multiplayer, that's for sure. Oh. Yeah, when I get this thing close range, it's actually not too bad. Uh-oh, I just got surrounded. Playing in horror is a lot different than playing in Doom mode. Every time I go to run back to a corner, I just kind of wonder why I'm running to the corner. Because in horror, I'm trying to just avoid fighting 2 or more things at once. But you're so used to it in Doom, where you just try to get to a corner so you can fight a 3-on-3, or a 3v1. Ooh, ray ring. Nice. Wow. I mean, a lot of that's just utility, but 4 points of damage, that's actually reasonable. Okay. Can't say I can see the life leech yet, so I'm gonna pass on that one.
I can't carry anymore. Now where would I put this?
Yeah, it's a decent chunk of gold, and I wasn't even well prepared. Now, I could go back and empty all my items before my save, but I mean, I don't know. The gold gain's been quite good to me already. I don't really think I need to go ahead and cheese it that much. Relic to teleport. Some mana. Ooh. I'm trying to think. Most quests actually have a restriction on teleport. I don't know if that's still the case in the Thehell2. I really kind of wish it wasn't the case, but ooh, that's a nice corner actually. Such a standout. There. It is a decent amount of experience gain. I'll actually have to pay attention. I'm probably going to swap those out for the armor class, but I just kind of want to see. Because before I remember it was about 20% more XP per kill. Now I'm not really sure what kind of impact it's having. Can't really see the map where I am. Well, I guess I don't need to go back yet. It's just a good opportunity to go back. I guess something I took for granted was just the stash size. Like, this really helps me stay in the dungeon a lot longer. I really like that. Anything that cuts the time that I have to be in town, the better. On forum discussion, I guess, something that keeps getting brought up is casting Town Portal while you have a low spell level build. Kind of like how when you're casting Fury on a Gladiator, you can't cast Town Portal. And for the most part, I pretty much agree. With the new in-battle system, it sort of takes out the whole way you can exploit that, which is to basically, you know, go back to town at your leisure in the middle of a fight, get a couple lucky criticals, you go back to town, you fully heal, all that jazz. Now that's not really possible, so I feel like why interrupt and make people have to take off items and wait 30 seconds just so they can cast Town Portal? It seems kind of redundant to me. I mean, I don't know how hard that is to program or whatever, but one idea I could think of is like level 50, you just gain that utility. It's pretty late in the game and it's, you know, already at that point it's bothered people, so it's not really a great idea, but there seems to be less and less point of getting to level 50 when the stat cap is level 46. Your formulas go up and your spell levels that you can learn go up, so I mean basically just for the mage it's important to get to level 48, but it doesn't seem proportionally like the benefits there. I guess you could make it a perk, but even then I would probably feel kind of gypped because no one would choose it as a perk, but it's something that everyone wants. And even though there was some unique items added to this game, I don't think there's quite enough yet to where I should expect uniques to drop. So I need to keep that in mind too with my expectations. I think there's only some belts and rings out right now. Maybe gloves and boots, I'm not sure. But more base items are being added, so that's the first step. Oof, they do a lot of damage.
I don't have a spell ready.
Okay, it looks like it does not work in the Thehell2. That's good. That's a nice addition. You always felt like you were missing out if you didn't double click on the relics really quick. That's good. Something I might want to think about is to redo the game to get Griswold's Fury. Or whatever it's called, the Ambo of Fury quest in this game. You know, part of me wants to just sneak my head down 11. See if it's there. It should be easy to get to the center of the level and just gets past everything. Oh no. I have the Sunless Sea quest in this level. Or this game, I mean. Well, if that's the case... I forget how the quests pair up, but I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't be with the Ambo of Fury. I would have probably saw it there. But the Island of the Sunless Sea, while I want to give it a shot, I don't really think that... Oh, it's a boss. Oh, wow. I say mess on it. I'll just let the weapon break. I don't really care. It only has 9 durability anyway. Part of me just wants to let those guys heal up so they won't likely do it again after they get to half health. Just saves chasing them all the time. Another one of those. Ooh, 500 gold. And I've got to be kind of careful on normal that I don't keep redoing games to get quests too early on. I shouldn't play this game all the way to level, like, 12. I should probably actually stop it now and remake the game.
Now where would I put this?
Just so I don't get too much experience for the quest that I want to do. It sort of takes the fun out of it if you're like too strong. If I were to go back and do like the, what do you call it? The poison water supply? Or the poison well quest? That'd be redundant. Not very much fun. Yeah, I might just walk out of their range. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to sort through for now. The video is about 40 minutes, so we'll call it quits here, guys. Catch you guys next time.